Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Antelope Gymnasium here at Grand Canyon University alongside Luke Larkin. I'm Dominic Hinton here to bring you an exciting women's volleyball match this afternoon. Your GCU Lopes are taking on the visiting Chicago State Cougars. The Lopes are coming off a 5-set win against CSU Bakersfield and look to extend their WAC win streak to 2 games. Let's check with Luke, who's got the Sanderson Ford 3 keys to the game. Luke, what do the Lopes have to do to get this win?
Well, I think you nailed it right on the head. They are coming off a huge win, finding that first WAC season play win against a very good team in Bakersfield. First of all, defensively, Tegan DeFalco had a huge game for them, 26 digs. She really kept her team in it. She had great passes, which was super huge from her and her other defenders, giving Molly Feldmuth plenty of time and options to distribute. That was huge for her team to be able to go from the defensive to the offensive. Molly Feldmuth had a lot of options, one of which was Kyra Moss. She was able to get the middles involved. Moss had 12 kills, 6 blocks. She was able to really get involved and change the whole outcome of the game. She was able to make really good runs and pull blockers off of Matthews and Horton. I'm sure those 2 gals were very thankful for it, because they had very big games. And of course, the momentum coming off that first WAC win, it was a 5-game thriller, and CSU Bakersfield is no joke. They're the best team in the WAC, so couldn't have come at a better time. Coach Tim Nolan said that he was really proud of his team. He said that they persevered in the 5th. And they stayed true to their mantra of keep fighting.
And keep fighting they will. That was the Sanderson Ford's 3 keys to the game. And hopefully they can use all of those points to continue fighting in the WAC here as they take on Chicago State. Right now here at the GCU Antelope Gymnasium, we're getting the starting lineups. Pretty soon we'll get those starting lineups brought to you by Dignity Health. And the starting lineups are going to be for Grand Canyon University. We've got Molly Feldmuth, Annabelle Kubinski, Kayla Matthews, Melody Horton, Sarah Haggy, Kyra Moss, and at libero, Tegan DeFalco. That's going to be the starting lineup for Grand Canyon University. For Chicago State, we've got Summer Ferris, Kayla Malik, Lacey Adams, Beatrice Palmieri, Lauren De La Cruz, Gabby Pearl, and Megan Claviter.
Well, and Dominic, our regular GCU TV viewers will notice typically women's volleyball is in GCU Arena. Today, we're in the Antelope Gymnasium.
Yes, absolutely. As we're not in the arena, the gymnasium a little bit smaller, but that just means the Havocs can go all that much more crazier.
Well, you're absolutely right. They've got us tucked away in a little bit of a corridor over here because the gymnasium is so incredibly packed. It is family weekend here on the campus of Grand Canyon University. So a whole bunch of fans coming out. It's raining outside, so looking for something indoors to do, and women's volleyball was on the docket.
Absolutely, and a lot of our players have family here this weekend, so as we get GCU women's volleyball underway, hope to see a great game here for family weekend. That's Tegan DeFalco. The libero comes in. And it's going to be Lacey Adams to serve, start off this game for Chicago State. Adams the serve. Fielded by GCU. Kubinski gets it over the net. And a big block right there, right out the gate for GCU. That was Annabelle Kubinski who came right up the middle and read that 50-50 ball perfectly. So the point is going to go to GCU. And right there, Tegan DeFalco couldn't dig it up. It's going to hit the paint. And we're all tied up here in the first set, 1-1.
It'll be really interesting to see here on Thursday. The first set, the Lopes came out very aggressively, was able to just absolutely annihilate CSU Bakersfield. So we'll see how much they come out here and fight.
And that was Sarah Hagge and Annabelle Kubinski who had that block locked down. They read that one perfectly. GCU does a great job. They've been really good all season, growing together as a team. It's really impressive to see how these ladies have really matured in judging those 50-50 balls. And Tegan DeFalco cannot dig it up. Just a little too complicated for her. That's going to tie up the score 2-2 here in the first set.
Well, and this is a very young team. Tegan DeFalco, a sophomore. Sarah Hagge, a sophomore. Kyra Moss, a redshirted freshman.
As that one falls for the Lopes.
Annabelle Kubinski, a freshman. Kayla Matthews, a freshman. So all these girls really are doing a great job gelling together as a team, and we're starting to see that here.
Well, absolutely. It's taken some time as they've hit a couple rough patches this season. But like you said, they're a young team with a lot of potential. As that point falls to GCU, I believe that might be an ace for Annabelle Kubinski, but if not, regardless, it is now 4-2 in favor of the Lopes in the first set.
That looks like a little bit of an error on the side of the Cougars. A little bit of confusion while they straighten that out, or will be right back in action.
Well, that's been the talk all season, is trying to limit those errors, as that one goes right inside. That one's in, as that's going to be a point for the Cougars. But you always try to capitalize on the other team's errors and make as few errors as possible. And GCU doing really well, growing as a team. You can see that their errors have subtly decreased towards the end of the season. Oh, and that one, a big kill by Kayla Matthews.
Well, how about Kayla Matthews? She was absolutely huge on Thursday. She led the team in kills with 18, 3 aces and 3 blocks.
The freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, getting it done for the Lopes. And that one is going to be a point for the Lopes. We are now at 6-3. So the Lopes with a little bit of momentum here in the first set. Something you love to see, the Lopes coming out strong right out of the gate. So that one's going to be served up over the net. Chicago State sends it back over. And a beautiful little tip, but Chicago State fields that one perfectly. DeFalco digs it out. And a great point by Kayla Matthews. Absolute great team chemistry there. They communicated the whole way. Did not panic when it looked like it could have ended up going the other way. And they ended up getting the point.
Very strong volley. Not the best pass, but they were able to find a way to get it to work.
As that one hits the paint for Chicago State. GCU with a 3-point lead, 7-4 here in the first set. Chicago State serves it up. Kayla Matthews sends it right over. Absolutely beautiful. She has such a strong arm and lets her presence be known here on the court.
Yeah, it's really great to see her getting involved with play early.
And you know what's scary, Luke? She's only a freshman, and she's got such a strong arm.
Well, it'll be really fun to watch her over the next.
As a huge block for GCU. That was Melody Horton and Kyra Moss. Both of them just absolutely taking control there. And so we've got a timeout on the floor taken by Chicago State. We're going to take one as well. Don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball here on GCU TV.
This is your fight song. Get up on your feet and sing along.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
Welcome back to GCU TV. If you're just now tuning in, we are here at the Antelope Gymnasium as we're watching the GCU women's volleyball team take on Chicago State. And right now, the score is currently 9-4 here in the first set. And Luke, what have you seen so far that you like?
Well, the Lopes are doing a really good job. They've come out very aggressively. Tim Horton said that was their strongest point on Thursday with their first WAC win, that they came out and they fought all the way through the game. We're seeing that same fight here from the players.
Absolutely. As Kayla Matthews serves it up for GCU. GCU's going to handle that one. Ooh, a big hit by Melody Horton, but it is blocked and shut down by Chicago State. Chicago State will get that point. You know, one thing I've noticed, Luke, is GCU has quite the height advantage on Chicago State. I'm not sure if you can tell through the broadcast, but GCU can really use that to their advantage. Chicago State's going to send it over. Ooh, and that one just passed the hands of Kayla Matthews. She dives, but she cannot get it. That's going to be a point for the Cougars.
Well, volleyball is such a game of momentum, and being able to use timeouts effectively and get your team back together.
Big hit by Kyra Moss. And absolutely, it looks like they've been able to gather themselves and continue with this momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by the coach, able to slow down the game and kind of reset, but the Lopes responding as well.
That's DeFalco who's going to serve it up. And that is in a service error for the Lopes as that one falls out of bounds. It's going to be 10-7 in favor of the Lopes.
Well, the Lopes have been doing a really good job serving very aggressively and getting Chicago State out of system. That one just a little too aggressive as it sails off to the purple paint.
GCU fans getting into it as Chicago State serves it up. A good block right there by Molly Feldman. She is so tall. She just stuck her hands up and blocked that ball right over the net. Beautiful job by Molly Feldman to get that point for the Lopes. And Feldman is going to actually serve it up right there. Chicago State sends it back over, but GCU answers. And Tegan DeFalco with a big dig. And Horton just cannot follow through on that one. That one is out of bounds. It's going to be a point in favor of the Cougars. Kubinski gets the point with a great kill there. The Lopes are staying really cool, calm, and collective here. Every time they've given up a couple points, they get a few more back. So great to see the Lopes coming out firing. Horton sends it over the net. And that ball is out. That's going to be a point for GCU, now 12-8.
Well, it's just like you said, volleyball is so much about momentum. It's great to see that the Lopes are doing a good job disrupting that momentum.
Horton has a huge dig, but unfortunately it will not fall GCU's way.
Yeah, the pass just a little bit too far. Headed back up and over the net, so Chicago State finishes it.
And a huge hit. Sarah Haggy just comes down for the kill. Sarah Haggy's a great player. She'll be a little quiet, and then out of nowhere, she'll have 10 kills on you. Just like the last game in the win against CSU Bakersfield. She had 10 kills and 2 blocks.
Yeah, she's a huge player for this GCU team.
Great to see her getting going early here. Chicago State sends it over. And a great kill by Kayla Matthews. She gets so high up on those ones and really just brings the force.
Able to put that one right off the block. Very impressive.
The serve comes. That one's sent back over. And that's going to be a point for Chicago State. I believe it was a double. Waiting for the official ruling here.
Coach Tim Nolan not happy with the decision.
Oh, we're going to have a substitution for the Cougars. As the Cougars serve it up. And a big hit. But fielded cleanly. And Kayla Matthews does it herself. Just absolutely getting in the face of the Chicago State defense and really sending it home for a GCU point. GCU's going to move ahead to 16. That is now 16-10 here in the first match. Teresa Schuler serves it up. And that one fielded by GCU. Kayla Matthews again. And that is an error on Chicago State. So that point is going to fall in favor of GCU. And Luke, right here, this is where GCU needs to capitalize on those little mental errors.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lopes doing a very good job serving aggressively and getting Chicago out of system, forcing those errors.
And that one is going to fall in favor of GCU. Kyra Moss was all over that one.
Really great vision, goes up like she's going to hit it as hard as she can and put it down through the hardwood, but instead just puts it right up and over and finds some space.
She's great at playing that mental game. Really can confuse defenders. And that one is going to be a point for Chicago State. So the score moves to 18-11 in favor of the Lopes here in the first set. Chicago State serves it up, but GCU sends it back over no problem. And that one is going to fall. That's an error on Chicago State. Point is going to go in favor of the GCU Lopes.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication perhaps on the side of Chicago State.
What I love to see in this game is GCU is coming out absolutely strong and they're playing very clean. Communicating great, as that one unfortunately falls right behind them.
Well, just like you're saying, not a lot of errors by the Lopes. They are coming out very aggressively. They're playing in system. They're making good passes. It's very fun to watch as they're able to get everyone involved in the attack.
Absolutely, and they're doing it here in front of a large crowd at Antelope Gymnasium as Chicago State comes down with the kill, and Kayla Matthews cannot dig that one out. The freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, who's been so well all season, unfortunately can't come up with that one. So it's going to be Chicago State to serve. It's a Schuler. And a huge kill right there by Kyra Moss. Takes all of her momentum and swings it down, lets herself get that point. It is now 20-13 in favor of the Lopes.
Very strong here in this first set. Off to a 7-point lead here.
DeFalco serves it up. Chicago State sends it back over, but it's going to be a little too far as that one's out. Point for the Lopes. And DeFalco serves once again. Hard serve, but fielded by Chicago State. Good pass by DeFalco. Horton sends it over. And a big block by Annabelle Kubinski. An absolute force up there at the net. She gets that block and a huge point for GCU as it's now 22-13.
Well, we talked a lot on Thursday about how big the block can be. The Lopes with 11 blocks during that game. They are well on pace here.
And another point for GCU. Kubinski once again, an absolute force to be reckoned with. You know, when you start getting all these players and they start gelling really well together, you start saying multiple names over and over again. That's how you know GCU is starting to take control. As that one goes over the net, and that's a service ace for Tegan DeFalco. Barely making it over. And they're going to take a timeout, Chicago State is, and we're going to take one with them. Don't go anywhere. It's 24-13 here in the first set. You're watching GCU TV.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
And welcome back inside the Antelope Gymnasium here at Grand Canyon University. If you're just joining us, we are in the middle of we're towards the end of the first set of a women's volleyball match here as GCU is leading Chicago State 24-13. GCU is currently on a 5-0 scoring run before that last time out. And Luke, what are you seeing so far?
They really have come out very aggressively. They're doing a very good job here, not allowing Chicago State to get back into it. Absolutely huge. Kyra Moss playing very well, Annabelle Kubinski playing very well, and Kayla Matthews playing very well.
And that's what you absolutely love to see here as Tegan DeFalco is going to serve it up for this set point. Fielded by Chicago State. Kubinski sends it over. And that one's going to hit the paint. That's going to be a point for Chicago State. So Chicago State getting a point right out of the timeout. Trying to slow GCU down a little bit.
Well, volleyball being such a game of momentum, really, you'll always see out of a timeout, it's going to look a little bit different. We'll see if the Lopes can respond.
Absolutely. Chicago State serves it up, and that one out of bounds. Kubinski, who's been so great all season and all game, just I think a little bit too much on that one. So 24-15. Once again, Chicago State serves it up. And Horton, that one's blocked. DeFalco. Horton once again. DeFalco to Schuler. Horton. And that one's going to get back over the net. A great play by Chicago State. Kubinski, and that one's going to fall. That one, a little hectic play, a little confusion on that one. That's going to fall in favor of the Lopes, and the Lopes are going to win the first set 25-15. So we're going to switch up sides, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball right here on GCU TV.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people. Through leadership and insight, you help others fulfill their promise. You share a unique bond with your family and cherish your time together. But you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's online degree program in performance psychology will enhance your skills in helping others succeed. Master your craft in an online PhD program that puts innovation and technology at the heart of education. And you can do it all within a tight schedule without disrupting other aspects of your life. With a PhD in performance psychology, you'll have the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Gymnasium here at Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. An absolute beautiful Saturday afternoon here for family weekend. And the Lopes are currently up 1-0 over the Chicago State Cougars. Luke, what have you seen so far that you've really enjoyed, and what do the Lopes need to work on? They just came off that 25-15 first set win. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've talked about it a decent amount. They are playing very aggressively. Kayla Matthews is looking really good. 5 kills already, 83% efficiency. Kyra Moss not far behind, 3 kills. With a 60% efficiency. I'd like to see her get that up, but she'll get more chances. You know, we often joke that the outsides get far more attempts because anytime a pass is a little bit off, you know your outside is going to be where she needs to be, and the middles will catch up. So it's been really great to see the Lopes play in system. It's been really great to see Kyra Moss able to get some of those tacks. I'd like to see Molly Feldman feel comfortable activating Kyra Moss more and, you know, see more hits from the middle.
Absolutely, as the Lopes are going to break the huddle and get ready to start off the second set here in this match. Love to see the middles get a little more active and see all the momentum shift to the GCU side as the crowd is getting into it, and it's a good one here at the GCU Gymnasium.
Well, and how about this crowd? It's absolutely massive.
I'm sure family weekend has a lot to do with it. And as all the Lopes friends are going to get on their feet and do the traditional not sitting until the Lopes score. So good to see them in solidarity here with the Lopes. Tegan DeFalco, who finished off the last set serving, is for GCU at least, excuse me, will be starting it off here with the first serve. So she serves that one. That's going to be a service error as that one falls in favor of Chicago State. So the Cougars up to an early 1-0 lead here in the second set.
Well, and how about Tegan DeFalco with 5 digs in that first set? Huge for her team.
Tegan DeFalco has been a huge force since coming over to GCU last season as a freshman. And another point for Chicago State. Tegan DeFalco earned all WAC honors for freshmen. She was part of the all WAC preseason team, one of 3 sophomores picked for the team. So GCU has a young star in Tegan DeFalco.
You'd better believe this team is young, and there are quite a few weapons on the team.
There's one right there, and Annabelle Kubinski. We're talking about Tegan DeFalco, but how about Kubinski with a great kill, absolutely bringing down the Thunder. And that's going to be Molly Feldmeth who serves it up for GCU, and that one is fielded cleanly by Chicago State and sent back over for the kill.
Yeah, really great placement there. Just finds the back left corner.
So that one looks like some sort of a formation error on GCU. Going to be another point for Chicago State. So Chicago State serves it up, and a little miscommunication there by the Lopes. That's Horton who figures out and sends it over. Kubinski with a good block. And Tegan DeFalco tries to go for the dig, but sends it into the crowd. That's going to be a point for Chicago State as it's now 5-1 Cougars.
Well, something we might see come into play here is that the Antelope Gymnasium is shorter than the GCU Arena is. We might see some balls going up into the ceiling and not coming back down.
And that one, it cannot be fielded by, oh, it is. That one's going to fall in favor of the Lopes. Looks like a little net violation possibly by Chicago State. But either way, GCU will take it. Melody Horton is going to serve it up. Horton, the junior out of Texas. She commits a service error there. That's going to be side out for the Cougars.
Just a little unlucky there. Lopes being very aggressive on the serve. That one just a little bit too hard, catches that net.
But what you don't want to do is give that point back to them. They were able to get a point off of Chicago State's errors. You can't make an error right after that. As, oh, that one, Kayla Matthews, who came down firing. Unfortunately, just a little bit too hard as that one's out. The score is now 7-2 here in the second match, or second set, in favor of the Cougars. And side out Lopes is that one just a little bit outside.
Might prove to be just the break the Lopes need as they were falling out of this one a little bit.
They just need a little bit of momentum to go their way, as that is Alyssa Chisenholm who serves it up. Good to see her getting some minutes, and that's going to be a point for the Lopes.
Yeah, quite the miscommunication there. The setter looking for the outside hitter on the left side, and no one was over there to take it.
So Chisenholm will commit a service error there. And that's going to be another point for the Cougars. They now lead 8-4 here in this second set. A great set there. And a huge block by Kayla Matthews. She can do more than just kill that ball, folks. She is absolutely huge on those blocks.
On a block can go a long way to changing up the momentum of a match.
So Kayla Matthews, the outside hitter, continues to impress. And that is Teresa Schuler who serves it up, and Tegan DeFalco cannot come up with that dig, so that's going to be a point in favor of the Cougars.
Megan Clavitter to serve.
And that one brought back, and a huge hit by Feldmeth, but that one just a little bit too much. That's going to be side out Cougars. So Lopes are going to take a timeout here and try to kill the momentum of the Cougars, who currently lead 10-5 here in the second set. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Come be part of the fastest growing professional network at Grand Canyon University by enrolling as an evening student at our vibrant campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings one night a week, and become part of the Young Professionals Network at GCU. Find your purpose. Sign up to attend our info session on November 7th at 5:30 p.m. at gcu.edu/evening.
And welcome back to GCU TV here inside of the Antelope Gymnasium here on the campus of Grand Canyon University. The women's volleyball team is currently trailing Chicago State 10-5 here in the second set. So GCU calling that timeout, trying to regather themselves and kind of kill the momentum of the Cougars. Luke, what do you think GCU needs to do to really get back into this set?
Well, Coach Tim Nolan did a really good job calling that timeout, brought the team together, said, okay, everyone slow down. We need to take this by the details. We need to play point by point. If we can do that, the set will take care of itself.
And the set is going to continue right there as Kayla Matthews had a huge hit. Chicago State fields it. Tegan DeFalco with an excellent dig there. DeFalco once again. Kayla Matthews, and that one is a huge hit by the freshman phenom, Kayla Matthews.
Well, and all the credit to Tegan DeFalco. She was able to dig it out twice when she probably had no means to do that.
I'll tell you what, DeFalco does a great job of finding life in those balls that look like they could just be dead. So Matthews is going to serve it up. DeFalco once again. Schuler and Horton. Horton sends it over. Chicago State. Just a little bit too much. It's going to be a point for the Lopes. So the Lopes doing a great job having a long rally right there, getting in the head and making Chicago State, slip up a little bit there.
Yeah, really strong second point for them after that timeout.
Kayla Matthews serve it up. Fielded cleanly by Chicago State. Ooh, and Schuler with a huge dig. There you go. There's Matthews. Matthews again. Horton sending it over. Schuler just a little bit outside.
The Lopes are playing really good, scrappy volleyball here. It might not be pretty, but they're doing a really good job keeping those volleys alive and trying to get another opportunity.
Well, absolutely, and even though they lost that point, it was incredibly impressive to see them keep that alive as long as they did, and I know the crowd is really getting into it here. Chicago State's going to serve it up. DeFalco sends it over. Chicago State once again. DeFalco with the set. And Horton with the big hit. That was Moss right there. Moss once again. And Horton with the hit off the hands of the Chicago State defenders, and Horton is able to get that huge point for GCU, now trailing by only 3. So GCU starting to come together a little bit as DeFalco is going to serve it up for him. Sends it over, and that one just a little bit too far from the line. It's going to be a service error on GCU. Chicago State's going to serve it up. Kayla Matthews, great play. Matthews again. Oh, and Molly Feldmeth coming out of nowhere with a huge block. Feldmeth absolutely having herself quite a game.
Yeah, Lope's very strong there at the net. It's like coming up against a brick wall. You don't know what hit you.
Feldmeth is going to serve it herself right there. And a huge hit from Chicago State. Going to get that kill right there. Kind of caught the Lopes flat-footed a bit. The score is now going to be 9-13 in favor of the Cougars here in the second set. And Annabelle Kubinski attempting to silence Chicago State here with a huge kill. Kubinski get another kill. Looks like that's going to be her second as Horton serves it up. I beg your pardon, that's actually Annabelle Kubinski's third kill of the match. So she's having herself quite a game. That last point's going to fall in favor of Chicago State, so the Cougars currently lead 14-10 here in the second set. They send it over, and GCU's going to answer back. And a great hit right there. And that was Horton who dove for it, but she could not come up with it. That's going to be another point for Chicago State.
Well, and credit to Chicago State. They've really come out this second set, showed up. They are playing very aggressively and have built on what was successful in that first set.
And that's another point for GCU as Annabelle Kubinski sends it over. And that's going to be the sophomore, Alyssa Chisholm, will come in. Excuse me, that is Alyssa Chisholm. And Kayla Matthews is going to have a huge kill, getting GCU back in within 3. So GCU finding ways to get it done. And Alyssa Chisholm's going to serve it up once more. And a huge block by Kyra Moss, towering over everybody else on the court. She just throws her hands up and really lets Chicago State know she's there. There's no getting past that wall.
Yeah, she saw that 50-50 ball and just put it right back down.
And GCU can't come up with that block there. So GCU back within 3. Score now 13-16 in favor of Chicago State here in the second set. And that's Horton. And Kayla Matthews, the freshman, once again, showing why she's such a young phenom. Getting yet another point for GCU with that kill. So there's really been no stopping Kayla Matthews this entire match. And a good block by GCU there. Chicago State blocked again! Kayla Matthews and Kyra Moss both together working to create an unstoppable wall, and Chicago State has not had an answer for the two of them.
And they were able to read that pass, able to set up, throw up the double block, and send it back.
And Chicago State is going to take a timeout as they try to look for answers to that dynamic duo up front. So we're going to take a break with them. Don't go anywhere. You're watching GCU TV.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back. If you're just tuning in here on GCU TV, I'm Dominic Hinton alongside Luke Larkin, bringing you GCU women's volleyball here at the Antelope Gymnasium. Currently in the second set, GCU is trailing by 1 point, 16-15 to the Chicago State Cougars. And Luke, what does GCU need to do to win this set?
Well, the Lopes doing a very good job coming back. Credit to Chicago State. They showed up for this second set, and they have really played strong. The Lopes, though, coming back here and able to bring it within 1 point.
And the Lopes are going to serve it up there. GCU trying to gather that play. Matthews sends it over. GCU working well together. That was Horton. Matthews with a big hit, and that's going to be off the hands of Chicago State. Matthews once again getting another point for GCU. There is no stopping Kayla Matthews tonight. She's going to tie it up 16-16 here in the second set.
An absolutely massive hit, just too hot to handle.
That one's going to be into the net, but fielded by GCU. Horton sends it over. Chicago State. DeFalco. DeFalco once again. Matthews. And that one just in between Horton and DeFalco. There's no way either of those could have gotten it. So a great play by Chicago State. Well-earned point there. They're going to go up 17-16. They send it over, and GCU is going to answer back right here. DeFalco. Feldmeth. Matthews. That's going to be a point for GCU, so we're tied up once again. So needless to say, Luke, second set, much more lively and interesting than the first one.
Well, and how about this? It seems like it was just a couple minutes ago the Lopes were trailing by 5 points. Now we're even at 17. It's great to see them playing aggressively.
Matthews serves it up. Chicago State wanting to answer back here. DeFalco. Horton. And Moss. Ooh, DeFalco just couldn't handle that one. Seems like she slipped up a little bit here on the court. Good to see she's all right, but that point is going to fall in favor of Chicago State. Chicago State will serve it up as they sit here with the lead in the second set, 18-17. And great save there by Chicago State, and another good block. So two great plays in a row by Chicago State, resulting in another point.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was pretty scrappy, in fact, but absolutely spectacular as they're able to keep that one alive and get it over.
And Horton coming down with so much force right there. Going to earn that point for GCU as Annabelle Kubinski comes back in, and Kyra Moss is going to take a quick break. DeFalco serves it up. Chicago State. DeFalco with a great dig, diving for it. And a great play by Chicago State is going to result in a point. That's going to be Beatrice Palmieri who's going to serve it up for Chicago State. And Annabelle Kubinski coming off the bench, making her name heard here in the Antelope Gymnasium.
A very quick set right into that kill. Able to catch Chicago State off kilter.
Feldmeth served it up, and Chicago State's going to hit that one out of bounds. We're all tied up here at 20 in the second set.
Well, this is very reminiscent of the game they had on Thursday. Came out and dominated the first set. The second set, much more competitive.
That's Feldmeth with a good dive. DeFalco. DeFalco once again. Horton! Horton sends it down for the kill, and the GCU point. GCU has now taken the lead 21-20 here in the second set.
Well, the crowd is absolutely loving it.
Yeah, the family weekend crowd really getting on their feet, getting involved in this game. You love to see that. And that's Feldmeth who's going to serve it up. And that one, GCU just cannot field there. It's going to hit the paint and fall in favor of Chicago State Cougars. So we're all tied up here at 21. It's going to come down to the wire, it looks like, here in the second set. A little miscommunication there. That one off the basketball hoop, but DeFalco has it, sends it over the net. That one out of bounds, too much on it. And GCU, a great job of sticking with that one. That one looked like it went up into the basket there. DeFalco fields it cleanly.
It certainly adds a different wrinkle from being in GCU Arena.
That's Horton who's going to serve it up. DeFalco with a great reach. Matthews sends it over. Kubinski. Kubinski once again. DeFalco. To Feldmeth. To Matthews. Absolutely. You can count on that one, folks. A great point there by Kayla Matthews and a great job by the Lopes communicating and following through with that rally. Cougars are going to take another timeout. We're going to take one with them. Get a little worked up here, Luke. Might need to take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball on GCU TV.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
And welcome back, GCU fans, faithful friends, family, anyone who's tuned in watching right now. You're here for a great game. We are here currently towards the end of the second set. GCU has come back and is currently ahead 23-21 against Chicago State here at the Antelope Gymnasium at GCU. Luke, what does GCU need to continue to do? What are they doing well right now?
Well, it's been absolutely spectacular so far. Doing a great job. And how about Tegan DeFalco? She's making digs that she has no business making. And not only that, but she's making great passes.
Well, she was an all-WAC member last year, and that, what a great block by Kubinski. Annabelle Kubinski, who we've said several times tonight, has really come up clutch late in this second set. And this is going to be the set point here. That's Horton who's going to serve it up. And that one is going to hit the paint of GCU and unfortunately fall in favor of the Cougars. But like we were saying earlier, DeFalco being a huge force. There's a reason she was a part of the all-WAC freshman team last year. So Chicago State's going to serve it up here. Cougars send it over the net. DeFalco. Feldmeth. Matthews! And Kayla Matthews slamming it down like she's done all match, getting the set point and allowing GCU to take control and the win of the second set. So GCU is now up 2-0 over Chicago State. We're loving it here at GCU at the Antelope Gymnasium. So we're going to take a break and send it to Alex Larson with your Lopes report. Let's see what Alex has to say.
Thanks, guys. Men's soccer is making noise again after another top 25 win, this time against the Seattle Redhawks. Off the field, the softball team earned the #1 team GPA in all of NCAA Division I. Men's tennis also kept the winning going, winning 2 singles championships. Women's volleyball got their first win in the WAC, defeating the runners of Bakersfield in an intense 5-set match. Basketball season is right around the corner, and there's a bunch of excitement on campus, and you could feel it at Midnight Madness. I'm Alex Larson. Back to you guys in the booth.
So welcome back into the packed Antelope Gymnasium here at GCU. Families getting into it. We got guys with their shirts off. Everyone's dancing. It's a great time here for Family Weekend at GCU. And a great time here on the court as GCU is up 2-0 going into the third set against Chicago State. And Luke, refresh me a little bit on what the 3 keys to the game were and how has GCU really stuck to it so far?
Well, first of all, who knew that Family Weekend could get so rowdy? Maybe we should invite them back for every home game. We talked a lot about how the Lopes are coming off their first win of the WAC season against CSU Bakersfield. That one was a 5-game thriller where the coach said that they played very well and they kept fighting all the way through. I think we're seeing a lot of that here today. The Lopes having a couple hiccups here and there, but they're continuing to fight. They're continuing to play very strong. We talked about Tegan DeFalco defensively, huge on Thursday with 26 digs. Here today, she's got 17 digs already. She's been absolutely huge for this team. Not only is she making those clutch digs, she's making good passes and giving Molly Feldmuth plenty of time and options to distribute. How about, as she's distributing it, her middles, especially Kyra Moss on Thursday, she had 12 kills and 6 blocks. Here, already 12 kills and 2 blocks today for Kyra Moss. She's been huge for the Lopes as she's been able to get involved. So it's been a lot of fun. Of course, we're here in the Antelope Gymnasium instead of GCU Arena, so it's a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, but a whole lot louder. And I think we're seeing that the players are responding very well to that.
Absolutely, and the players and the fans, it's a little bit different being in the Antelope Gymnasium, but I think both sides are loving it here, really allowing for the Havocs to just get involved, the parents to really just start screaming their hearts out. So we're going to take another break real quick. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with the third set here. You're watching GCU Women's Volleyball versus Chicago State on GCU TV.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Come be part of the fastest growing professional network at Grand Canyon University by enrolling as an evening student at our vibrant campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings 1 night a week and become part of the Young Professionals Network at GCU. Find your purpose. Sign up to attend our info session on November 7th at 5:30 p.m. at gcu.edu/evening.
Welcome back to GCU TV. If you are just tuning in, then you have missed two phenomenal sets of volleyball by our GCU women's volleyball team. If you're not tuning in, then you're in store for the third set. Regardless, if you're watching this right now, we've got some great volleyball for you here in the Antelope Gymnasium. I'm Dominic Hinton alongside Luke Larkin. And Luke, what are you looking forward most to see in this third set?
Oh, well, first of all, viewers during that break missed a great moment. Thunder jumping on that up ref position, calling the game a little bit as the Lopes were taking the court. Referee walked over and offered him his whistle. Just a good, fun moment here. I think we're seeing the Lopes play really well. They're playing a little bit of scrappy volleyball, which is good to see. It's all right if it's not perfect. It's all right if it's not beautiful. They're doing a good job continuing to fight and get good opportunities even when it's not as perfect as they hope it would be.
The energy is electric here in the Antelope Gymnasium. Everybody on their feet until GCU scores their first point of the set. But it's really great to see all the fans coming out, all the family members that are here for family weekend. Everyone getting into it.
Well, I think if the Lopes are able to win this one in 3, I think the athletics department should really consider inviting all the families back for every home game.
Might be a little expensive, but might be beneficial here as the Lopes are playing one of their best games of the season, I think it's safe to say. Great to see them gelling really well together, taking those first 2 sets and really just building momentum.
Yeah, they've certainly turned a page since before Thursday when they were winless in the WAC. Were able to get that first huge win on Thursday against CSU Bakersfield, and here knocking on the door of another win in the WAC against Chicago State. It'll be real fun to watch.
No flash photography. Thank you for your cooperation.
So a little reminder to the crowd that there's no flash photography allowed. Got a couple, possibly a couple issues with that, but if not, no worries. That's why you're watching it here on GCU TV. We're going to get things started underway as Chicago State is going to serve it up, start out the third set. GCU looking for the sweep. Chicago State looking to stay alive here in this match. And that one out of bounds. Feldmeth just could not handle it. And it's going to be Lacey Adams for Chicago State. Serves it up, sends it over the net. And Feldmeth to Horton. That's Feldmeth once again. And Kubinski cannot get her hands on it. Both Kubinski and Horton were there on the block, but missed them just a little bit. That's going to be a point for Chicago State, and the Cougars go up 2-0 early.
Well, and that block has been so effective for the Lopes today. I'm sure we'll see more of that. Hopefully fall in favor of the Lopes.
Adams serve once again. And that one is Annabelle Kubinski with a great play there. Getting the first point for GCU of this set. It's time for GCU to start firing all cylinders now. That's Feldmeth who serves it over to Falco. Feldmeth once again. Horton! Horton with a huge hit there. Absolutely getting it done. Getting the second point for GCU.
That's good to see her getting active here in this third set. Lopes coming alive.
And DeFalco didn't touch it. Refs agree with her. And that's going to be the third point of the set for GCU as they go up, take their first lead 3-2. And Feldmeth serving it up. And that one just a bit outside. That was Sarah Haggy.
Yeah, just sails a little bit too far, hits that purple paint out of bounds. Good to see the Lopes, though, able to bring this one back to even.
Oh, and that one pressed right back over. Good 50-50 ball played on by the Chicago State Cougars.
Yeah, a bit of trickery there.
It's going to be Kubinski. Sends it over. Both Feldmuth and Kubinski on that play, working great, working fast, getting the point for GCU, and we're even at 4. Lope's doing a great job of communicating here. Feldmuth sets it. Matthew sends it over. That one just a bit too much. Going to be out. That's going to be a side out for GCU. GCU taking the lead now by 1.5 to 4. And DeFalco. Feldmuth. Matthews. Matthews with the kill, as she's done all season and all game. Matthews, Kayla Matthews, the freshman from Phoenix, with a big kill.
Well, and she had a huge game on Thursday. She's having an even bigger game here. It's great to see her getting into the action.
And into the net. That's an error for Chicago State, so going to be point GCU as they go up 6-5. Alyssa Chisholm is going to serve it up. And that one just cannot be handled. GCU losing that point there. We're all tied up at 6-6 here in the third set. So since the first set, both teams have been pretty evenly matched, a back and forth battle, with GCU taking the second set.
Yeah, the Lopes came out very aggressively that first set, won it 25-15. That second set, credit to Chicago State as they respond and only lose by 3. The Lopes winning that one 25-22, and here we're tied at 6.
There's Matthews as she sends it over. That one out. Going to be a little bit too much on that one, as that's going to be a point for GCU. Go ahead, 7-6. And Tressa Schuler is going to come up. She's going to serve for the Lopes. DeFalco, Feldmuth, Matthews. And that's Schuler, DeFalco, and Feldmuth can't save it. So that one, just a little bit of miscommunication there, getting tripped up. And Chicago State's able to even it up at 7. It's served by Chicago State. And Feldmuth. Oh, and that's good. They're going to call GCU for a double. So GCU making an error there as Chicago State gets that point. They're going to serve it once more. GCU looking to respond. That's Schuler, DeFalco sending it over. And Chicago State, that's Summer Ferris with the kill. They pulled ahead by 2 points here, 9-7 in the third. Matthews. Chicago State can't respond as they get a little tripped up there. And GCU comes within 1.
And it wasn't pretty, but what a great way to disrupt a little bit of momentum and get an opportunity now to have the set and be able to set the pace of this next volley.
And Matthews serves it up. And a huge hit there by Beatrice Palmieri. And GCU just cannot handle that one off the the wrists of Tegan DeFalco there.
Well, they are really playing well together right now.
And a huge hit there. That's Kayla Moss absolutely coming down for the kill. Doing a great job of doing it herself. Moss will actually take a quick breather here. Tegan DeFalco is going to serve it up. Sends that one over the net. A little miscommunication there. There's Schuler. She sends it over. Feldman to DeFalco to Horton. And that is going to be a great kill for Melody Horton. Getting GCU all tied up there, 10-10.
Well, and what a great job there. Changing roles a little bit. Feldman with the pass, DeFalco with the set, and then what a great kill. Able to find that right line.
DeFalco's going to serve it up. GCU continuing to communicate so well together. That one's going to be outside, and GCU's going to take the lead by 1 point. So off that air right there by Chicago State, GCU has taken the lead 11-10 here in the third. So DeFalco sending it over. Feldmeth. Chicago State responds. And then to the net. That's another error for Chicago State. So GCU starting to find a little rhythm here. They've got 12.
Yeah, the Lopes looking to create some space here now and run away with it.
So DeFalco, once again, she'll serve it up. That one is going to be a service error into the net. And the last serve, we saw DeFalco just barely getting it over. This one goes right into the net. Chicago State will move within one. And Lacey Adams will serve once again for Chicago State. She sends it over. Matthews. It's going to be an error there. That was Feldmeth. Seemed to have messed up a little bit. So we're all even here at 12. Adams serve once again. Matthews, Feldmeth, and Annabelle Kubinski. She is so fast and so strong, absolutely nailing that ball, getting the point for GCU.
That's her 8th kill on the afternoon, and she is looking great.
So GCU here going up 13 points. There's Horton, and a little bit too much on that one, as that one's going to go out, and we're even once again here at 13. Chicago State serves it up. And Annabelle Kubinski once again coming in, being so clutch off the bench for GCU, getting that great kill. So Horton will serve it up. And that one just a little bit too much, so another point for GCU.
Well, and how about this GCU team continuing to fight? Sure, they're making a couple errors here and there, but really doing a spectacular job.
Looks like a little confusion there at the table. The ref is going to get some clarification.
Mimi Fletcher waiting to head into the game for the Lopes.
And, excuse me, the last point actually went in favor of Chicago State, so they're even now at 14. Chicago State will serve it up. Mimi Fletcher getting some minutes in. And Kayla Matthews with the absolute huge kill. The freshman out of Phoenix has been so huge all season and all match. So we're going to take a timeout out here on the court. We're going to take a timeout up in the booth. right now. Don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball here on GCU TV.
Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable, and nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu.
And welcome back here to GCU TV inside Antelope Gymnasium on the beautiful campus of GCU in Phoenix, Arizona. You are here tuning in, listening to Dominic Hinton alongside Luke Larkin. And we're here in the third set as GCU is up 1 point against Chicago State, 15-14. And Luke, what have you seen so far in this set?
Well, it's been back and forth. Chicago State coming back and playing scrappy volleyball. It's good to see. But the Lopes responding. Kayla Matthews playing absolutely great for the Lopes, 14 kills. Annabelle Kubinski with 9 kills. It's been great to watch them. Now, how about Tegan DeFalco with 22 digs, keeping her team in it? It's been fun to watch.
So we're going to continue to watch right now as Chicago State gets that point right there. Even it up at 15 here. Crowd getting into it here in the Antelope Gymnasium. It is family weekend, so a great crowd. And a huge hit there by Haggie. DeFalco, Feldmeth, to Matthews. And Kayla Matthews, the freshman phenom, continuing to impress in front of this large crowd, getting that point, putting GCU up 16-15. And Tressa Schuler's going to come in to serve. Sarah Haggie's going to head to the bench, take a break. So Schuler sends it over the net. Chicago State is blocked immediately at the front line there. And a great play there by Chicago State, picking apart the defense of GCU. So we're even at 16. This game, this set, if you're just tuning in, has been back and forth this entire time. So Chicago State serves it up. Feldmeth. And a great hit by Kyla Moss there just to kind of confuse that defense up. Going to go off the hand of the Chicago State defender. GCU's going to go up 17-16. So Kayla Matthews serves it up. And Matthews once again sending it over. And that one is going to fall into the paint of GCU.
Yeah, just able to find that back left corner. Nice kill there. Bring it back within. Or able to bring it even, that is. 17.
And GCU fighting, but unfortunately cannot stick with it. Chicago State's going to jump up 18-17 here. So side out Lopes on that last one. And looks like it's going to be DeFalco serving it up. So we're tied up at 18 here. The third set. GCU leads 2-0. GCU looking for the sweep. Their first sweep this year in the WAC. And their second WAC win. And that one's going to fall in favor of the Lopes. So the Lopes getting another huge point. They're going to go up 19-18. So here's the sophomore, Tegan DeFalco. That one barely nailing it in right on the corner, but you can put it on the board. Tegan DeFalco doing it all, folks.
Yeah, absolutely spectacular. Able to find that back line and just sneak in just what the Lopes needed. They look to pull away here.
DeFalco serves that one into the net. It looks like a whistle was blown for a substitution before she had served it, so that one's not going to count for GCU. So we get another serve here.
Just a bit of confusion there.
So DeFalco serving it up. That one makes it over the net. And Chicago State's responding. And Kubinski and Horton are there for the block. An absolute wall right on the front line of the net for GCU.
Huge block, and Chicago State, rightfully so, is going to take a timeout here, try to change some of that momentum.
And as Chicago State takes a timeout to gather themselves, we're going to take a timeout up in the booth. But don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball here on GCU TV.
There's an exciting destination for food, fun, and golf in the heart of Phoenix. Come to the GCU Hotel and Canyon 49 Grill, where our hospitality management students gain real-world experience and deliver unmatched service. Enjoy beautiful amenities like a resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, championship golf course, and coffee shop GCBC. Canyon 49 Grill serves American fare all day and happy hour with a great vibe and Lopes pride. Room rates start at $89 per night. Visit GCUHotel.com today.
And thank you for tuning into GCU TV. Welcome back from our quick little break. We are currently in the third set here in the Antelope Gymnasium as the GCU women's volleyball team looking out to close out this match. They're up 21-18 against Chicago State. Chicago State calling that timeout, trying to slow down the momentum here. And my partner, Luke Larkin, what do you think? What do you think you've been seeing so far? What does GCU need to do to close out this game here?
Well, the Lopes have all the momentum on their side. They're coming off a huge win on Thursday, and they are playing absolutely spectacular here today. All they need is those 4 more points.
So Tegan DeFalco is going to start it off after that. Timeout, and that looks like that's going to be a point for GCU, so a little bit of confusion. Chicago State's not sure what they did wrong. Chicago State looks like it's some sort of formation error. A little confused there, but GCU will take it, so they're going to go up 22-18, and DeFalco's going to serve. And Feldmeth. And that was Horton who just hits it just a little bit outside. But even when they lose a point, GCU still looks like they've got all the momentum in the world here.
Well, they are playing very, very well. They're really fighting every single point. It's really great to watch.
So Chicago State's going to serve it up. Feldmeth. Kubinski blocked. Feldmeth puts it back over. Horton. Horton again. Feldmeth. And Matthews sends it over and gets the point for GCU. It wasn't strong, it wasn't pretty, but they stayed with it and got a crucial point late in this third set.
Yeah, a really great job from them. Able to find that space in the middle. Only 2 points between them and their second win of this WAC play.
There's the Havoc's calling for everyone to get on their feet, so everyone here in the GCU Antelope Antelope Gymnasium, so used to being in the arena.
Right.
So as everyone's on their feet, the Cougars are going to try to ice this momentum here. They're going to call another timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them as well, so don't go anywhere. You're watching women's volleyball here on GCU TV.
Our armed forces' heroism, courage, and bravery give greater meaning to what it is to be an American. Grand Canyon University honors you and pays tribute to you and your family. As a community, GCU celebrates your service, your sacrifice, and your commitment. God bless all the brave men and women who put our country first. We want to do the same for you. GCU puts you first with its flexible and convenient online degree programs. We salute you and thank you for your service.
Welcome back from our quick little break there. If you're just tuning in here on GCU TV, I'm Dominic Hinton alongside Luke Larkin here in the Antelope Gymnasium at Grand Canyon University. We are in the third set here as women's volleyball takes on Chicago State. GCU is up 2-0 and currently holding a 23-19 lead. Chicago State trying to kill their momentum a little bit, but GCU ready to answer back right here.
And the Lopes playing very well, looking for this sweep here today.
Molly Feldmeth is going to serve it up, send it over. And a great block. That's Sarah Haggy and Annabelle Kubinski were right there. So it is now match point. As that ball gets served up. And held by Feldmeth to Horton, sending it over. Chicago State's going to try and handle it. And that one is out. That's going to be a point for GCU, and that will help complete the sweep 3-0 as GCU wins the third set 25-19. An all-around great match by the volleyball team. And the GCU Golf Course player of the game, Luke, I think is none other than Tegan DeFalco.
Well, absolutely. She did a great job for her team. She had 22 digs. She was able to make great passes for the Lopes, able to give Molly Feldman plenty of time and options. Really great to see her play well. And of course, the Lopes able to find the win, able to get, to my knowledge, the first sweep of the season, especially the first sweep of the WAC season for sure, as this is their second win in as many games.
So GCU really coming together, carrying all the momentum from their last and first win of the WAC last week against CSU Bakersfield. And now at home, they get their second win in a row as they sweep Chicago State. So things slowly starting to come together here in the WAC for GCU.
Well, and it'll be very exciting to watch as this season continues. There's a lot of volleyball, and this team is playing very well.
So it is family weekend here at GCU. Thank you for tuning in. Stick around because we've got men's soccer tonight. Philip Katafamo and Kyle Borger on that call. So two amazing analysts are going to be there. So stick around here at GCU TV. You're going to see the Lopes take on UTRGV at 7 p.m. right here on GCU. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GCU. Have a great night. Enjoy family weekend. And as always, go Lopes.